Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, the new winter storm, the Trump administration accused of committing a war crime, an exclusive on the new docuseries about Sean Diddy Combs. And look who's pulling double duty ahead of Monday Night Football.
I'm here, going to end on Monday Night Football.
Holiday winter storm. As millions rush home from Thanksgiving, more than 12,000 flights delayed or canceled. Record snow falling in Chicago. A flight in Detroit slides off the runway. A massive pileup in Indiana, stranding drivers in blizzard conditions. Now a new cross-country winter storm, putting more than 65 million Americans on alert for heavy snow. Plus the new announcement from the TSA, first on GMA. Gio's at the airport. Ginger has the forecast. Rising scrutiny. Secretary Hegseth facing questions about whether he violated international law with a strike on an alleged drug boat. Republican and Democratic lawmakers suggest the administration committed a war crime.
Deadly National Guard ambush investigation. New details about the suspect as he faces a first-degree murder charge.
ABC News exclusive interview about the new footage of Sean Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest.
Listen to me. I'm going to get off the phone right now, and I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution.
Part of a new Netflix docuseries on the music mogul turned convicted criminal.
We're losing.
Robin interviewed the executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson and director Alex Stapleton.
Was there anything that surprised you when you were watching the footage?
I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it.
ABC News exclusive. Lauren Sanchez Bezos is here live with a big announcement after her whirlwind year.
Born to be wild.
Wild finish.
Mariota has it rejected.
Denver hanging on for an overtime win overnight. Alex Singleton with a heroic return. Plus the big announcement about who will pop up at the Super Bowl. And wild records.
Cubs the Wild in pursuit of suspect.
Zootopia 2 catching big box office numbers as we race into the week.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Monday. Good morning, America.
And we start out with a big confession from Joe Buck.
Yes, I cried twice at Zootopia 2. I did.
Welcome.
I'm sorry.
It's fantastic. Welcome everybody to December.
And we should add, you went with your 7-year-old twins.
No, it would be weird if I went by myself and cry. Yes, the twins were there. I did cry. The movie's great. Thank God Bateman's making more money because he needs it.
All good things on this Cyber Monday. Coming up here, Becky Worley has your strategy for shopping this morning.
But we begin with the travel chaos as millions head home following the long Thanksgiving weekend. Snow and ice in several parts of the country are causing havoc on the roads and in the skies.
Ginger is standing by with the latest on that new storm. But first, transportation correspondent Gio Benitez starts us off at LaGuardia Airport in New York with the latest on flight delays and cancellations. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, George, good morning. Listen, I'm going to be honest here. I did not think I was going to make it here this morning because we had a major accident here in New York City. And if you're in those areas that were impacted by those winter storms, no doubt about it, you know what I'm talking about. So many people experiencing those issues on the roads. And if you're at airports, you have those cancellations and delays all across this country. This morning, travelers from coast to coast dealing with the aftermath of massive winter storms, just as millions join the rush home after Thanksgiving.
We had to stop in Denver, and that's where we heard of cancellation. It just got later and later.
More than 12,000 flights delayed across the country Sunday, over 1,000 canceled. In Chicago, 8.4 inches of snow falling in just 24 hours, a record for November, snarling planes and delaying passengers. In fact, in Chicago alone, more than 500 flights were canceled and more than 1,800 delayed.
We had to wait an hour on the plane because there was snow in front of the gate.
Meanwhile, a Delta flight from Detroit to Des Moines sliding off the runway after landing on Saturday. 58 people were on board, and luckily there were no injuries. But this morning, the FAA is investigating. This as vehicles pile up across the country, from Colorado to this one in Terre Haute, Indiana, involving 45 vehicles. State police rushing to the scene on I-70. Stranded drivers by the side of the road in blizzard conditions, this semi being pulled from the wreckage.
Folks, if you can stay home, let's just stay home.
Okay, so remember, I want you to keep in mind, the issues aren't over just yet. Those people who are on those canceled flights are trying to get on new ones today. So make sure that you have that airline app ready to go on your phone, George, just to make any changes.
And on a separate transportation question, there were some real questions about the Airbus fleet.
Yeah, so the A320, apparently it had some issues with solar radiation. We're told that the major airlines have mostly fixed this issue, and we're also told that it barely impacted a lot of their operations. So that's some good news there, George.
Okay, Gio, thanks very much.
All right, yeah, George and company, the storm that caused all that trouble is moving out, and a new one is right behind it. Ginger is here with the forecast. Good morning, Ginger.
Yeah, most of this morning a little break, but then any stragglers that are trying to avoid the holiday travel and maybe traveling tomorrow, you got a new storm to deal with. So let's talk about what's going on. It's already snowing in parts of Kansas and Nebraska, and it's this moisture from the Gulf that's going to be pushing right up along this, and that's why you see advisories from Kansas City through Springfield, Indianapolis, Columbus, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, all the way up into Bar Harbor, Maine with winter storm watches. Let's time it out. So it's going through the morning here along I-70 and then up, I'd say, Quincy, Illinois, as we get to about 5 p.m. this afternoon. But you see how stormy it is in Mississippi and Alabama? That's that moisture coming together with really cold air behind it, by the way. And along I-70 or I-80, you're going to have a problem going into tomorrow morning. So Pittsburgh early tomorrow morning is going to be really tough to get around. And then through the day, Albany, Scranton's going to be picking up snow. Rebecca all the way up through Maine, New Hampshire, and western Massachusetts. The farther you are from the coast, the more snow you get, Rebecca, but rain here.
Well, there you go. You can try and time it, but you still can't beat that winter weather. Okay, Ginger, thank you. We're going to turn now to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth under scrutiny over a report in the Washington Post that the U.S. ordered forces to kill everyone on board an alleged drug boat from Venezuela, which could be a war crime. Our senior political correspondent, Rachel Scott, is at the White House with more. Good morning, Rachel.
Rebecca, good morning to you. And Democrats and Republicans are raising serious concerns about this Washington Post report, raising questions about the legality of those strikes and demanding to know more about how they're carried out.
This morning, the Trump administration facing new questions about whether they violated international law after an explosive report from the Washington Post detailing a second strike was ordered on an alleged drug boat off the coast of Venezuela to comply with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's orders to kill everyone on board. On Capitol Hill, some Democrats and Republicans even accusing the administration of committing a war crime.
It's a clear violation of the DOD's own laws of war, as well as international laws about the way you treat people who are in that circumstance. And so this rises to the level of a war crime if it's true.
Obviously, if that occurred, that would be very serious, and I agree that would be an illegal act.
In a rare bipartisan statement, the Senate Armed Services Committee says they will be conducting vigorous oversight to determine the facts related to these circumstances. The top Republican and Democrat in the House Armed Services Committee following suit, saying they are taking bipartisan action to gather a full accounting of the operation in question. On September 2nd, the president posted this video, a missile hitting a boat allegedly carrying drugs from Venezuela. But the Washington Post reports there were 2 survivors left clinging to the wreckage. The Special Operations Commander overseeing the attack then reportedly ordering U.S. services to carry out a second airstrike to kill them all, allegedly to comply with Hegseth's orders to leave no survivors. Hegseth calling the report fabricated, saying the strikes are lawful and that they target designated terrorist organizations. ABC News has not confirmed the details of those orders. The president saying if the report is true, he wouldn't have wanted a second strike.
We'll look into it. But no, I wouldn't have wanted that, not a second strike. The first strike was very lethal, it was fine, and if there were 2 people around, but Pete said that didn't happen.
Does that make you?
I have great confidence in it.
So far, the U.S. has hit 21 boats, killing 83 people. The White House has not provided any evidence of the crimes committed or identified the people killed. But the president is threatening to expand the operation, this weekend writing on social media the airspace above and surrounding Venezuela to be closed in its entirety.
Hegseth continuing to defend those strikes, saying that the goal is to stop lethal drugs from entering the United States. But this morning, Venezuela says they will now be investigating this, calling it aggression from the U.S. And over on Capitol Hill, I've certainly talked to many Democrats and Republicans who say they are not getting enough information from the administration about these strikes, George.
Yeah, lots of questions there. Thank you, Rachel. In a striking contradiction to his crackdown on the Caribbean drug trade, President Trump announced over the weekend that he would pardon the former president of Honduras, who was convicted just last year of conspiring to import cocaine into the United States. Jay O'Brien has the story. Good morning, Jay.
Yeah, good morning, George. President Trump has repeatedly warned that drug cartels present an urgent danger to the United States. But this morning, in a major contradiction, the president announcing he's pardoning Juan Orlando Hernandez, the former president of Honduras, currently serving a 45-year prison sentence here in the U.S. for drug trafficking and weapons charges. In 2024, the Department of Justice said that for nearly 2 decades, Hernandez helped cartels, quote, move mountains of cocaine into this country, and was at the center of one of the largest and most violent drug trafficking conspiracies in the world. And despite that, in a post announcing his endorsement of the conservative candidate in Honduras' ongoing elections, Trump also promised to grant Hernandez a, quote, full and complete pardon, claiming the former leader had been treated very harshly and unfairly, and arguing without evidence that Hondurans believe Hernandez was, quote unquote, set up. Now, Democrats slamming this move, calling it part of a string of controversial pardons issued by President Trump. Even Republican Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana questioning why the administration would pardon Hernandez and then go after Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro on similar accusations of drug trafficking. George.
Okay, Jay, thanks very much. Let's get more on this from our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. Pardon power for a president is absolute, but this was a rock-solid conviction.
Right. But there's no doubt that he is allowed to move forward with this pardon. It does, though, undermine the very justification for what's happening with Venezuela, right? Narco-terrorists, bringing drugs into this country. All of the very things that he's accused of, now the president using to justify in Venezuela, but effectively saying in Honduras, it's different. Now, the president, of course, saying, well, you know, he was set up and there isn't evidence, but there was a trial with a jury and a conviction and an enormous sentence. So very tough to reconcile.
Let's talk more about this Hegseth strike, the second strike on the alleged drug boat. If the facts as reported are true, it's pretty hard to avoid the conclusion that it's either a war crime or even murder.
Yeah, look, it's very hard to justify if this happened the way that they're claiming, both under international law and under domestic law. Think about the justification that has been used for this. So far it has been, this is self-defense on the part of the United States against narco-terrorists. Self-defense once the boat has been disabled, right? And there are 2 people hanging off the side. How can you possibly be claiming self-defense at that point? The question, of course, is going to be enforcement, right? Let's even assume that there was some sort of war crime. Who's going to enforce it? DOJ is not going to enforce it. I'd be very surprised if a military court would enforce it, although there is some independence on the part of military courts. It's really going to have to either be international law, where it would be hard to enforce it as well, or political.
It's hard to enforce, but we have seen leaders in the past who've been accused of international war crimes being afraid to travel, for example.
Yes, this is true. You know, there is some difference between what happens in the waters and what happens on land, and so that would be another international law discussion. But no doubt there could be an effort at international, but it's going to have to, in the end, be political. And we're seeing, by the way, political leaders of both parties now saying this is not okay.
Lots of questions. Dan Abrams, thanks very much. Rebecca?
All right, George, thank you. We're going to turn now to the new details in the investigation into the deadly National Guard ambush in Washington. We're learning more about the suspect who faces a first-degree murder charge. Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas has the story.
This morning, new details in the deadly National Guard ambush investigation. Ramanella Lakanawal of Afghanistan facing murder in the first degree after 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom died from gunshot wounds sustained when he allegedly opened fire on her and her fellow West Virginia National Guardsman, Andrew Wolf. Over the weekend, a candlelight vigil to mourn Beckstrom, along with a solemn honor escort near the U.S. Capitol. Wolf, who is only 24, remains at a D.C. area hospital with serious wounds.
Andrew is fighting for his life right now.
The FBI has interviewed family and associates of the 29-year-old suspect and tried to exploit documents and other material obtained through searches of mobile devices, his social media footprint, and properties tied to him.
We believe he could have been radicalized in his home community and in his home state.
But thus far, authorities have not publicly released any specific evidence tying the suspect to a specific terrorist organization. And while the investigation into potential terrorism ties remains active, officials say they're also seeing signs of financial stress and a potential mental health crisis. Sources telling ABC News Lakanawal was vetted by and worked with the CIA during the war in Afghanistan. He was brought into the U.S. under the Biden administration in 2021. Through the program Operation Allies Welcome, and was granted asylum by the Trump administration in April. Armed Forces sources telling ABC News he was unemployed and deeply impacted by the death of one of his Afghan commanders. Sources say in recent days he had been isolated and increasingly distant from family and friends. The suspect remains hospitalized under heavy guard. In the wake of the attack, President Trump has halted all asylum applications. Joe?
Pierre, thank you. Overseas now as President Trump's top envoy Steve Witkoff heads to Moscow to meet with Russian leader Vladimir Putin about ending the war against Ukraine. Our chief foreign correspondent, Ian Pannell, is in Ukraine for us. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, Joe. It's a crunch week for President Trump's peace efforts. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff travelling to Moscow today, where he's expected to give Putin a plan to end the war when they meet tomorrow. This follows those high-level talks in Florida between the US and Ukraine. Both sides calling it productive, but honestly, there's no sign they were able to reach agreement on the most difficult issues blocking a deal. A source familiar with the discussions telling ABC News the Russians are refusing to agree to a ceasefire in any form, while Ukraine refuses to concede territory. Meanwhile, Russia launching another devastating attack this morning, seen in videos circulating online, killing at least 4, injuring almost 30 as Ukraine begins what looks set to be a tough week. Much hangs on whether the US can persuade Putin not just to make demands, but concessions too. George?
Ian Pannell, thanks. We're going to turn now to Cyber Monday. Becky Worley has a strategy to save what this year's shopping patterns are telling us about the overall economy. Good morning, Becky.
George, good morning. If you need to buy something before the holidays and you haven't bought it yet, today is the day. But based on fresh data, we've been shopping. According to Adobe Analytics, consumers spent a record $11.8 billion online on Black Friday. That's up 9.1% year on year. And that beats industry estimates. Today's spending expected to go even higher. During peak hours, $16 million a minute expected to be spent online. Now let's get to the deals. First piece of advice, prioritize big ticket items. It's your last major opportunity to get a discount on appliances until President's Day. For example, a GE dishwasher at Home Depot, it was $9.49, now it's $4.48. Tech deals, they reign supreme today. Do you need an iPad? They were $3.49, now they're $2.74 at Target and Best Buy. After today, the price will go up. Finally, gift cards. Many are on sale today. Best Buy has gift cards for other stores like Macy's gift cards 15% off, Gap cards for 20% off at Best Buy, and clothing brands have their big blanket discounts on the entire inventory. Madewell 40% off, Gap 50%, J. Crew 50%, Levi's 40 to 50% off of everything. Bottom line, George, on Cyber Monday, if it's for sale, it's probably on sale.
Okay, Becky, thanks very much. Coming up, Robin's exclusive on the new docuseries about Sean Diddy Combs. She sat down with executive producer Diddy's longtime rival, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, as well as the project's director.
Plus, another GMA exclusive, Lauren Sanchez Bezos is here with a big announcement that's going to impact a lot of families facing homelessness in America.
And new at 7:30, the major college football shakeup.
And coming up, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders are here. Stay with us.
Plain to Chief Beef, you'll just make us stay longer. Play it smart, stay off the radar, and don't let it get to you, okay? Because we are the Green Team. Sorry, Paul.
All right, welcome back to GMA. Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde teaming up for a dream weekend at the box office. Zootopia 2 setting all kinds of records, including the biggest worldwide opening ever for an animated movie, taking in $556 million. It was also the biggest debut of the year.
And it got a great review from
you.
2
thumbs up, 2 cries as I sat there with my children.
Let's go to Will now. He's got more headlines, starting with the Pope's first foreign mission, Will.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning, George. We begin at 7:30 with Pope Leo in Beirut. On Sunday, he urged Lebanon's rival political leaders to put their differences aside as the country faces fears of a new war with Israel. Leo's trip fulfills the promise made by Pope Francis, who intended to visit Lebanon for years but was thwarted by conflicts and crises there and his own health struggles. Flooding across Indonesia, Thailand, and Sri Lanka has killed over 1,000 people, with that number likely to rise. In Sri Lanka, over 1 million people affected, tens of thousands of homes destroyed, and at least 355 dead, as its president says the country is facing the largest and most challenging natural disaster in its history. And hanging over Ole Miss's historic season was the specter that coach Lane Kiffin would bolt for a bigger job at LSU. And that's what happened yesterday. Kiffin's deal is reportedly for 7 years and approximately $84 million. And Kiffin will not coach Ole Miss in its first ever college football playoff appearance. And the Powerball jackpot is up to $740 million. The lump sum is $346 million. That's $218 million after taxes. All that money, you still can't buy Joe Buck's voice.
But everything has a price. So if you come to me with something, we can make a deal.
Let's make a deal.
Yes.
Get a good lawyer and a good tax accountant.
Okay. Thank you. Well, we're going to turn now to a new documentary series about Sean Diddy Combs, who's currently serving years in prison after being convicted on prostitution-related charges. His longtime rival, fellow hip-hop star Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, is behind the project called Sean Combs: The Reckoning. And Robin sat down with Jackson and director Alexandria Stapleton for an exclusive interview.
This morning, never-before-seen footage of Sean Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last September.
You want to put the stuff in my fanny pack, King?
The exclusive video obtained by Netflix shows Combs debating with his lawyers about strategy.
Listen to me. I'm going to get off the phone right now, and I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what nobody said. Let's just, here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
The footage is part of a new, highly anticipated docuseries by director Alex Stapleton and rapper and executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, titled Sean Combs: The Reckoning. Was there anything that surprised you when you were watching?
I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it.
It was very interesting to watch a man who's known for his brand presence. You know, he has a really amazing knack for marketing and all of that, and how he was sort of taking that into account in how he was coming off to the public.
The exclusive video also shows Combs in Harlem greeting fans.
Off my back, bro. Lord, you win. I'm gonna win. Lord, you win. Be with it. I'll accept it. I need some hand sanitizer. Hold on. I got it. I've been out in the streets amongst the people. Yeah, I gotta take a bath. Like the amount of people that actually I'm coming in contact with, like that's what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Oh. It's like 150 hugs.
You're a public person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
went away.
Got in
the car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. That was, it shows you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah, I mean, and what's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
How do you respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform?
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right, for 20 years, right, is me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or I looked at it like it was like a tester, like maybe you'll come play with me, type of thing, right? And it's not personal.
I think it's important to also let people know that the show is not completely the perspectives of people that did not like Sean. We weren't trying to just get the highlights, the salacious details, you know, that the real goal was to storytell. And not everyone needed to have an allegation to be a part of this project.
The 4-part series also features 2 jurors from Combs' trial who are speaking for the first time about how they reached their mixed verdict, finding Combs guilty of 2 prostitution offenses, but clear of racketeering and sex trafficking charges, both sharing their thoughts on the relationship between Combs and singer Cassie. Juror 75 describing them as 2 people in love, and Juror 160 saying in part, domestic violence wasn't one of the charges. Cassie, is she a victim in all this?
I believe Cassie's a victim in all this because she came in as she's like 18, like 19 years old in the very beginning. After a while, over time, you condition for it.
The goal of what the film is trying to do is to let the audience kind of come in to ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, you know, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Not old. Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. Because you'll see people saying that. I mean, he may feel a different way about pieces and bits of it, but he knows the truth. I think he'll see the truth in it.
Wow, that was some finish right there. Thank you, Robin, for that. Sean Combs, The Wrecking, will be streaming worldwide on Netflix tomorrow.
Now with a GMA exclusive, Lauren Sanchez Bezos, best-selling author, philanthropist, entrepreneur. She is here alongside Kelly Sweeney McShane, the president and CEO of Community of Hope. It's a nonprofit which is working to end homelessness in Washington, D.C. And Lauren has a very special announcement that's going to make big news, big impact on homelessness there in Washington, D.C. and also all across America. Good morning to both of you.
No, thank you so much.
It's
for
great to
having
see
me.
you.
It's great to see you again.
And I'm so
we used to work together in a past life.
In a past life,
Yeah.
It is wonderful to be together, and especially with this news. This is so impactful, and I'm so grateful that you're doing this and that you're here this morning. Will you share with us your big news?
Yeah, it's really incredible. The Families Fund is a fund that helps families that are experiencing what we like to call temporary homelessness. And this fund gives to places like the Community of Hope, and it really gets these families off the streets in a stable environment so that they can, move on in a really positive direction. And what really impacts me the most are the families that I've met through this. We were at the Community of Hope. I met this one woman who was kicked out of her home with their infant daughter, and the Community of Hope took them in that night, gave them a bed, sheets, a locked door, which is very important. And it literally, it brought tears to my eyes seeing this little baby and seeing her flourish after this.
Absolutely. Amazing. And Kelly, so your organization, Community of Hope, has received 2 of these grants in the past. Tell us a little bit about how you put them to work and the impact that they have helped you initiate.
So the grant has been transformative for Community of Hope and for the families that we serve. I think most importantly, it's very flexible. So we've been able to use it for many of our programs, and we serve about 1,600 households a year in our housing programs. Everything from preventing families from becoming homeless to shelter, to providing housing with supportive services. But what I'm most excited, we've been able to dream and to be innovative. So we have started a very specific program to support women who are both pregnant and experiencing homelessness, which is a very, both are very vulnerable times.
Of course. Stressful.
And incredibly
can you
stressful.
imagine?
Not knowing where you're going to sleep, you're already sort of hungry and tired being pregnant. And so we make sure that they're connected to prenatal care, getting diapers, getting baby supplies, and literally just holding
Those
their
things
hands
that we take for granted
as they go to appointments to help mom and baby be
So
healthy.
critical, Kelly.
And it is because, this year we are able to give $100 million, a little more than that. But we've been doing this since 2018 when we first visited Community of Hope. And it makes a huge impact because places like Community of Hope can do what they want with it. Like, she was saying, buy them sheets, buy the kids toys, buy them, outfits to wear, all of the things that we as moms, can take for granted.
Exactly.
But are really important to get them moving in the right direction.
Well, and you just said it, Lauren. You and Jeff have been doing this since 2018, and I want to brag a little bit because it's really remarkable. The Bezos Day One Families Fund has given out more than $852 million in these grants. Just remarkable. How do you know which organizations to target each year?
We have an incredible group of advisors on the ground. They know what these communities need. We've been able to give to all 50 states, and they really tell us what places like the Community of Hope need, and we rely on them.
It's you're doing great work. Please keep
going. And we're going to continue doing this. Like, this is just the beginning. It's a $2 billion commitment. So every year, last year, $100 million, this year, and we're going to continue doing it. And selfishly, it fills my heart, meeting these families. It really, really does. I mean, seeing this baby thrive. And because when you help a family that's experiencing temporary homelessness, you're not just helping one person, you're helping more than one.
Well, thank you to you and to Jeff for your generosity. We greatly appreciate it, Kelly. So glad that these resources have really made such a great impact in your community.
They have.
Great to see you both. Great to see you, friend.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course.
All right, it is play of the day time. Take it away, Will.
All right, let's do it. We'll get right to it. Good morning. We have a contender for Catch of the Year, courtesy of the Sunday night game between the Washington Commanders and Denver Broncos. Let's give a hand to the Commanders' Traylon Burks. That's all he needed for that touchdown catch. Shades of Odell Beckham's career-defining catch. Look at this. He gets up and he grabs it. The Commanders sent the game into overtime with a 32-yard field goal as time expired. And then we go to overtime. They're down 1, going for the win on the 2-point conversion, but the pass knocked away, batted down by Broncos linebacker Nick Bonito. Denver wins 27-26. And last night featured the return of Denver linebacker Alex Singleton. Great play there from him. 3 weeks ago, though, Singleton underwent surgery for testicular cancer. Telling GMA last week he wants to be, quote, the guy standing on top of every mountain shouting, just get it done, regarding testing for testicular cancer. The NFL also announcing the pregame lineup for the Super Bowl. Charlie Puth has the national anthem, Brandi Carlile on America the Beautiful, and Coco Jones performs Lift Every Voice and Sing. And tonight, the New England Patriots go for their 10th straight win, hosting the New York Giants. Monday Night Football, 8:15 Eastern on ESPN. Joe Buck.
That's it.
On the
Giants.
call.
I could not remember who the Patriots were playing.
Hopefully the Giants.
Were you nervous doing that, sitting next to Joe?
I'm always nervous being near Joe Buck.
We'll be right
How do you
back.
think it happened?
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Holiday winter storm. As millions rush home from Thanksgiving, more than 12,000 flights delayed or canceled. Record snow falling in Chicago. A flight in Detroit slides off the runway. A massive pileup in Indiana, stranding drivers in blizzard conditions. Now a new cross-country winter storm, putting more than 65 million Americans on alert for heavy snow. Plus the new announcement from the TSA, first on GMA. Geo at the airport, Ginger has the forecast.
Adam Sandler is here live.
We did this together.
Talking about his new film with George Clooney.
And the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders are here live with how they're giving back this holiday season as they kick off our week on a high note by saying,
Good morning, America!
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Monday. Good morning, America.
Monday, December 1st, a new month. Hope you all had a great weekend and your day is off to a good start.
Good morning, America. Yes, indeed. A little AC/DC to get you started on this Monday. And we cannot wait to see more from the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, how they are gearing up for Giving Tuesday. It involves a lot of kicks.
And also ahead, big news in the weight loss drug wars. Why do I get this one? And what it could mean for your wallet. Just, we'll have the details ahead.
That's coming up. First, look at the top stories breaking at 8. We start with the travel chaos as millions head home following the long Thanksgiving weekend. I want to go back to our transportation correspondent, Gio Benitez at LaGuardia Airport. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, George, good morning. Yeah, we just got the new numbers here from the TSA, and it turns out we broke a record on Sunday. It was their busiest day in history. More than 3.1 million people were screened at U.S. airports, so a lot of people. But I got to tell you, it did not come without drama here. Take a look at this video here, because we saw those weather issues, travelers from coast to coast dealing with the aftermath of massive winter storms, with millions rushing home after Thanksgiving. More than 12,000 flights were delayed across the country Sunday. Over 1,000 were canceled. In Chicago, Chicago, we saw 8.4 inches of snow falling in just 24 hours. That's a record for November, and it just snarled flights, delayed passengers. In fact, in Chicago alone, we saw more than 500 flights canceled, more than 1,800 delayed. Meanwhile, a Delta flight from Detroit to Des Moines sliding off the runway after landing on Saturday. But thankfully, even though they had 58 people on board, luckily there were no injuries. And right now, the FAA is investigating that. And this as vehicles are just piling up across the country, from Colorado to one in Terre Haute, Indiana, involving 45 vehicles. State police rushing to the scene on I-70. Stranded drivers were seen on the side of the road in these blizzard conditions. A semi being pulled from the wreckage. So just take it easy, be safe out there, and if you're flying, be ready for possible delays, George.
Okay, good advice there, Gio. And Ginger's here with the latest on this new storm. Hey, Ginger.
Hey, George. So already we're seeing reports of accidents in Oklahoma City because of the icy part of this. So not the snowy end. The snow has started, though, in Kansas and Nebraska. We have winter weather advisories from western Illinois right through Indianapolis, Columbus, and Cincinnati, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and winter storm watches that go all the way through Manchester, New Hampshire. So let's time it out because it starts this morning and we get a lot of mix of cold air and moisture. And so Quincy, Illinois, by this afternoon up to Chicago, we'll be seeing snow again. They had their snowiest November day on record over the weekend. And now we're going to mix that together so that Pittsburgh's really tough to get around tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. It starts up for Harrisburg or Scranton, Albany tomorrow morning and goes through the day. It's going to be a rough day getting along, Rebecca. And then you go through western Massachusetts. Worcester should pick up some of that snow up through Maine. Again, that wraps up and gets out of here by Tuesday night into Wednesday. It leaves behind 3 to 6 inches in a lot of places.
Wow, that is a lot of snow. Ginger, thank you. We're going to turn now to the TSA already hiking a proposed fee for passengers who show up at the airport without a real ID or passport. Mola Lenghi has the details first on GMA this morning. Good morning, Mola.
Well, good morning, Rebecca. You remember the Real ID rule went into effect last May, and TSA says nearly 94% of people are on board using Real IDs. But now a new phase might cost travelers if they try to fly without one or another acceptable form of ID. Beginning February 1st, at airports nationwide, it might cost you an extra $45 to fly without a Real ID. TSA now bumping the cost up after announcing last week it would cost travelers $18.
The fee was necessary because we needed to modernize the system. We needed to make sure that the system is safe.
Flyers without a Real ID can pay the fee online before arriving at TSA checkpoints. They'll get an email to present to the TSA officer. So if you get to the airport and you don't have a Real ID or another acceptable form of ID and you haven't gone through the online verification process and you happen to make it all the way to the TSA checkpoint there, they may pull you out of line and go through a verification process that could take up to 30 minutes and cost you $45. TSA officials say that fee covers the costs of modernizing the agency's identity verification program, which will be used to analyze a traveler's biographic or biometric information to verify their identity. But even then, it's not guaranteed they'll get through security.
It's really all about security. It's really all about making sure that we have the safest system and making sure that we know who's processing through our airports and getting on board our flights.
Well, that $45 fee will cover TSA checkpoint access for a 10-day period and can be used multiple times in that period. TSA officials say the best way to avoid the fee and any possible delay at the airport is to get a Real ID, Joe.
All right, Mola, thank you. Now to breaking news about prices of one of the popular weight loss drugs. Rhiannon Alley is here with the details. Good morning, Rhiannon.
Good morning to you, Joe. Good morning, guys. At a time when it seems like the prices of pretty much everything just keeps going up, it's surprising when something actually gets cheaper. And Eli Lilly this morning announcing a price reduction for Zepbound. The lowest dose of the weight loss drug will now be $299 per month. That is down $50. The highest doses also get a $50 price slash to $449. It is important to note, though, these prices are for people who do not have insurance who are buying Zepbound directly from Eli Lilly's website. And this follows competitor Novo Nordisk, which lowered prices for Wegovy just a couple of weeks ago. Both companies had initially charged over $1,000 a month, and then they reduced the direct-to-consumer prices without insurance. So this is certainly a step in the right direction, but the prices are still expensive.
Rhiannon, thank you. Coming up in our GMA morning menu, the countdown to Christmas is on, and Advent calendars are all the rage on social media. We'll show you how the annual custom is going into overdrive.
Also had director Ryan Coogler joins us to talk about Sinners. That's coming back to theaters. Also the latest in the next Black Panther movie.
Plus, Tori Johnson is here to help you get started on your Cyber Monday shopping with a double dose of deals and steals. The savings start at less than $10, and every order has free shipping. And Lara's with Adam Sandler.
I am so happy to be with this man. You know, we love him, and so do the critics. You're not going to want to hear this, Adam, but there is already a lot of buzz about Adam's new role. He gets very shy talking about it, but we are going to talk about his new film with George Clooney in it. He's going to tell us all about it. It's coming up next on GMA. They are saying big things about you, pal.
They have to.
Good.
All right.
Coming up, everybody. Stay with us.
Thank you.
And we are back with Adam Sandler. He's now starring in Jay Kelly along with George Clooney. Adam, great to have you back.
Great to see you,
here.
George.
I had a great
good.
treat. I got to see this with my daughter, and it's great as a daddy-daughter film. But for people who haven't seen it, tell them what it's about.
Oh, that's a good question. It's Clooney plays a superstar movie star, Jay Kelly, and he finishes a movie, and his family's growing up. His daughter's kind of just finishes either high school or college. I can't remember right now. It's early, George. And then, and then he.
I think it's high school. Yeah.
Is that it? All right. I haven't watched the whole movie. No, but he's like wants to spend time with her, and she says, "I'm taking off and going to hang out with my friends in Europe." And so he just can't believe the life went by that fast, and he's not going to see his kid. And he's had a life of being on movie sets and not being around enough for his family. And so he decides to go try to hang out with her over there without her knowing. And in his life, he brings his troupe of people who work for him. And
including
I'm one of those.
You're his manager.
I'm his manager, right.
Let's take a look at a clip.
What's the packing?
You think I do too many movies?
I think you do just the right amount of movies.
I think I do too many movies.
You do work a lot.
See? Barbara tells me the truth.
What happened last night?
You can't have too much underwear.
How'd you get the black eye?
I'll tell you on the plane.
What plane?
The plane that I booked. We're leaving at 1.
Where are we going?
Meg, where are we going?
France.
France.
France?
So did your manager give you tips on how to play a manager?
Oh, no, he didn't. He knew. He let me create my own guy, Noah Baumbach. He's amazing,
incredible director, writer,
unbelievable, and he's a good friend of mine. And he told me like maybe a year and a half ago, I'm writing a movie and thinking of you as a manager. And I said that sounds exciting. And then I read it, and it was just very, very accurate manager stuff, and I got to be a real loyal, dedicated guy, and I loved it.
And you got to work with George Clooney, who I've read it was very protective of you on set.
He's so nuts, being so kind to everybody, but he's particularly sweet to me. He just looks out for me. He wants good things for me always, and he and my family, and I couldn't say nicer things about that guy. I love him.
In the movie, your character calls Clooney's character Puppy, but now you call him that in real life?
No, I don't call him Puppy. I call him the Clune Dog. I call him Clune Dog. He doesn't call me Sandman. He doesn't. He wants to call me Adam, and that hurts too much. I can't take a real Adam. It feels odd. So I call him Clune Dog to try to balance off something.
We saw you getting bashful there with Lara when they talk about the Oscar buzz for this, and I know it's always an embarrassing question for an artist asking about. So what do you feel about all this buzz? But it's got to be gratifying after all these years.
It's very nice. It's whether anything like that happens or not. It's nice that people talk. I'm happy to be in this movie. I love the movie. I know how hard Noah Baumbach works and try to put together the best movie. It's a very gripping thing that I'm part of, and I'm proud of that.
And what an incredible cast.
Yeah. Laura Dern is she's such a nice. She's so nice to our family too, and we love her, and everybody in it. Riley's fantastic. That plays George's daughter, and everybody in the movie is awesome.
Billy Crudup has an incredible.
Billy Crudup's hilarious. He's incredible. I love that guy in real life too, and he steals the movie. He's phenomenal.
I have to end with, we're getting to that time of year. We always hear Mariah Carey with All I Want for Christmas.
That's a good one.
And the Hanukkah song.
Yes.
Are we about to get a new version?
You know what? That's a good idea. I gotta find time. I gotta find time to do that. Maybe you and I will write that, George.
One day. Thank you for coming in.
Okay.
Jay Kelly is in select theaters now on Netflix this Friday.
You got to do the Hanukkah song without a answer, George. You got to do it.
Another 17 years of royalty? Sure,
We won't dance, but we'll do that.
It's time for Hanukkah. Okay, well, it is December 1st, which is just over 3 weeks to go until Christmas. And this year, Advent calendars are having their moment on social media. They really are. And our Sophie Flay is here with the story and the Christmas countdown. Good morning to you, Sophie. We already have 2 Advent calendars per kid at our house.
Oh, I love it. We have another one here on display. And what's better than one Christmas gift? How about 24? We're talking about Advent calendars. It is a holiday tradition that is sending social media users and creators into overdrive.
This one is supposed to be the best one on the market. We'll see about that. Open her up. Oh my gosh.
On social media right now, Advent calendars are all the rage.
I've unboxed 19 Advent calendars already, so here are my top 5.
The holiday tradition dating back to 19th century Germany, beginning with a children's book and some chalk marks, serving as a creative way to count down to Christmas. And these days, there's an Advent calendar for any interest. Macy's saying it's offering more than 100 Advent calendars this season for all ages, including toys, food, and beauty.
If you compare the numbers in terms of people unboxing their Advent calendars and their gifts on social media, that popularity of those type of social media posts has increased almost 300% year over year from 2014.
Dare I say I bought every single Advent calendar on the market?
Creators are spending big bucks to show shoppers whether or not this season's calendars are worth the hype.
I accidentally spent $11,000 on an Advent calendar.
Sarah Morris, a content creator in Tennessee, has spent thousands on Advent calendars to share with her followers. She's already opened 20.
If I were to think about the brands and the products that I would actually use, actually enjoy, I would pick the Revolve Advent calendar, which unfortunately it's sold out. So I'm sorry if y'all are seeing this.
The products and prices can vary widely. From this 5-foot, $200 chocolate bar Advent calendar at Costco to this $20 beauty one from Target.
Huge, 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 huge. This looks promising.
Well, listen, if there is a 5-foot chocolate Advent calendar, you know I had to bring one to the GMA studio. Rebecca, I heard you like chocolate Advent calendars.
I love chocolate. Yay.
Open it right up.
Okay, 19. Oh, thank you, Sophie.
A full-size chocolate bar.
I'm going to enjoy that. I enjoyed watching you lug this into the building, by the way.
It's kind of heavy.
Thanks, Sophie. Lara, Joe?
All right, thank you, guys. And it is time now for Cyber Monday Deals and Steals. This is a very special one, Joe Buck. We do our shopping from home or at work. Everything this morning has free shipping. Tori J is here with a double dose of deals.
That, by the way, the free shipping thing, you're gonna, by the end of this, you're gonna be in on the jingle because that is a really big deal here.
It is a big deal.
Okay?
Great, I'm in already.
You're in already.
I love that.
We're starting with Dry Bar, making, they haven't been here in a little while, so like their re-debut on deals. We've got a big assortment of their best-selling hot tools, and then a big variety of some of their best-selling products. So no wash, no worry. This little dry shampoo right here is going to absorb the oil.
Everybody loves it.
You got to take our word for it. Everybody loves this.
Yep.
But we also have their like crave-worthy scents. So we've got the grapefruit mimosa and the coconut colada. Like how fabulous is that? This is one where if you want to gift them salon-worthy hair, this is the brand, up to 60% off plus
free shipping.
Wow. Yes.
There you go, Joe.
Okay. Dazzle with lab-grown diamonds. Yes, exactly.
Oh my.
Look at that sparkle. Look at how beautiful these are.
This would go a long way.
Exactly.
My wife will be here in like 30 minutes, so let's keep her away from that.
But at these prices, you're going to want to get in on them. So we've got everything from half carat to 6 carat. We've got the studs, the tennis necklaces, tennis bracelets. These are one that go from day to night. This is like a jewelry box staple. Extremely well priced as well. Ratani is one of my favorites. I've had this necklace since the first time.
Yes,
when I bought it from our first deal. Everything from Ratani for lab diamonds, 50% off plus
Free shipping.
Free shipping.
Yes.
Free shipping.
Yes, there you go. And any way you want to say it, Joe. You do you. You do you.
Free shipping.
Yeah, there you go.
Shipping, that's free.
Geometry. These are one of our favorite brands of kitchen towels. What's fabulous about this, ultra absorbent, so it's a great replacement for paper towels. Plus, they're a lot prettier than any paper towel you will find. They're not bulky.
No.
They're scratch resistant, so they're not gonna, they're beautiful, and people love these in their kitchen, and it's very rare that we have this deal, but we've got a big assortment. All of these 50% off. They're $9 plus
free shipping.
Yeah,
wow. Now there's the Joe Buckley
that's warming up. Okay, tap that little center right there.
Me?
Yes, please go for it. Right there.
Boy.
Yep.
There you
go
go.
ahead.
God.
You can do another. You can do another.
This
Yep.
is
Now
exciting.
that you're a pro, go to that one.
This is a no
Go
topper.
ahead, you do it. You got it. So we've got this big assortment from Zaffarano. What I love about these is they're completely cordless. So let's say you've got a couch in the middle of the living room, or you've got a table on the patio,
No
but
outlet
there's no
needed.
outlet. Exactly.
I want
This
you
brings-
guys to know the last time you had these, I ordered
You
many.
are a huge
and I
fan
am a
and
huge fan
shopper of
because
this.
they have the charger situation.
Yes, because they're rechargeable,
Yep.
and again, no cords, but just extreme chicness that
Very
you get to
chic.
bring anywhere. All 50% off from Zaffarano
Plus,
Free shipping.
There you
wow.
go.
So we're trying
There
out
you
some
go.
different
Yes.
feels?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
there
We'll
you
let
go.
you know which one we like best.
All right, Bionic. This is another favorite here
Yep.
because they make really phenomenal shoes. This is the gift where they can step into comfort. We've got a big variety of slippers, so you'll
These are
see
cute.
super cute, but also extremely comfortable. So they've got everything from the cushioned footbed to the sturdy soles on the outsole, which is really great. So if you're stepping outside to walk the dog, grab the mail, grab your coffee,
Go to work early in the morning.
Go to work early in the morning.
Post GMA.
There you go. We also have the booties. That's how Robin's always walking around
Yep,
here in her
we all
slippers.
do it. We all do it.
Everything from Bionic, huge assortment, 50% off.
Let's try a new one.
Free shipping.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
You're going to bring it home with this next one, I feel.
All right, Buffy, if you've got a hot sleeper or night sweater, this is the solution for them. Architectural Digest called these once the best luxury sheets.
They really
are
are.
cooling. They are soft. We've got a huge assortment of their eucalyptus. It's the Breeze collection. But we also have linen and cotton that you will find online.
What's this one, Tori? This one's so soft.
That is probably the Breeze collection
Oh,
right
yeah.
there.
That's it.
Big assortment you'll find online. Everything from Buffy, let's bring it home, is 50% off plus
free shipping.
Joe, you nailed it.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. I felt
Amazing.
good about that one.
And Tori has even more deals this holiday season. They're all in our GMA window display. Tori, tell us about that.
You save 50% off every single brand in our window display, including Relief Band, Alicia Adams Alpaca Throws. That's
Those are
one you
so
love.
good. Yep.
Plus 47 other brands.
Thank
Free
you so
shipping,
much.
free shipping,
There we
free
go. And
shipping,
Tori will be
free
back in our
shipping,
next
free-
half hour with even more deals and steals. And I dare say, all with.
Free shipping, free
Thank you
shipping,
very much.
free
Next
shipping,
up, the
free
Dallas
shipping,
Cowboy
free shipping, free
cheerleaders
shipping,
in the
free
house.
shipping,
We
free-
are GMA.
Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City.
Oh, fantastic. That is just pure energy. Welcome back to GMA. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders are in the house, obviously spreading some joy and giving back ahead of the nationwide celebration of Giving Tuesday. Welcome to everybody here and to Haley Anderson, who is in charge of special projects with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Tell us about what's going on and about this long-running partnership with the Salvation Army.
Yes, so we're here to kick off Giving Tuesday and celebrate the Salvation Army and the Dallas Cowboys partnership and to encourage people to give with joy this holiday season. We've been in partnership with the Salvation Army for 29 years. So growing up around it has been so encouraging and inspiring. We have also just raised $3 billion in that 29-year relationship. And it's been great serving 29 million people and just giving back to the community. And the best part about the Salvation Army is that the money you raise in that community stays within the community.
Yeah, which and when we do games there and that red kettle is there, it's become a prop. Zeke Elliott would jump in there.
Yes.
We decided, I think it was Jake Ferguson jumped in there
last week.
Camille, tell us why it's important for you guys to give back as a team.
Absolutely. It's so important to us to give back because this community invests so much in us during the football season. So this opportunity, millions of Americans rely on the Salvation Army as an opportunity to have joy this holiday season. So it's important to us to partner with the Salvation Army to provide toys for children, warm meals for families, and just an opportunity for every family to experience joy this holiday season.
I'm kind of blown away, Camille, by how you guys, I got in here at 5:45 this morning. You guys were up here rehearsing. These are long days for you guys, and I think people got a little sneak peek behind the curtain with the Netflix series. Is that coming back, and what are we going to see in it would be season 3?
Yes, we are so excited to be back for season 3. The crew is following us at games, at practices. They're putting together the storyline, and we're so excited to see what story they have to tell. But every year there's new characters, new seasons, and new stories to tell.
I can't even imagine what it's like for you guys to then tune in afterward and see how you guys they're putting all these stories together. It's got to be fun.
Yes, it's very fascinating and just fun to learn the behind the scenes of how everything comes together.
Here's a fun fact for you, Haley. My wife, Michelle, who's going to be a part of GMA 3, cheered with McKenna's mom, Ashley, on the Denver Broncos cheerleaders. Yeah.
Small world.
I mean, it's a small world. Haley, thank you very much.
Thank you
guys.
I want to make sure people donate SalvationArmyUSA.org.
There you go. We can't have the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders here without getting some legendary moves to Thunderstruck. It never gets old. Take it away.
Ryan Coogler, the superstar director of Fruitvale Station, Creed, Black Panther, now out with a re-release of his film Sinners. Welcome, great to see you.
Nice to have you doing.
I love the way the New Yorker summarized this movie. They said it grapples with music, race, family, religion, and vampires. They also say that you took a big creative risk with this movie. Is that how it felt to you?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It felt like, even though I had made quite a few films before this, like I was opening myself up to the audience completely for the first time, and that's a little nerve-wracking. Yeah. Usually I'm putting bits of myself into movies with whether for Fruitvale it was a pre-existing story or for the Panther films and Creed, they were franchises that I was adding to. But for this one, it was completely something that we came up with on our own. And for me as a writer-director, I was really putting a lot of myself out there in a different type of way.
And I read that this movie first came to you when you were listening to a song?
Yeah. I was listening to a song called Wang Dang Doodle. This version is
one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's performed by Harlan Wolf. But it's also a famous one with Coco Taylor as well. But yeah, I had an uncle, my Uncle James from Mississippi, who passed away about 10 years ago. And he would always listen to blues music. And after he passed, I would listen to records to kind of, remind myself of him. Remind myself of time that we spent together. Became a habit of mine, kind of got obsessed with the music. And one day I was listening to that song and the idea for the film came to me.
Let's take a look at a clip.
There are legends of people born with the gift of making music so true it can pierce the veil between life and death, conjuring spirits from the past and the future.
Tell us a little bit more about that scene. It was all done live?
It was, man. We found this incredible young man, Miles Caton, who's actually a backup singer for the artist Her. He was still finishing high school. He's from New York, from Bed-Stuy. And we knew we would have to find like a generational musician. And we were able to find him, and he sang that song live for us. The song's actually written by Raphael Sadiq, who's from Oakland, California, same place as me. But it all came together beautifully with our composer Ludwig Göransson, and this kid, man, you gotta see him to believe him. But every time I hear him sing, he's getting better and better.
And it's getting so much award season's buzz, including 6 Grammy nominations. And now you've got the re-release to capitalize on all that. What do you hope people take away from the film?
Man, more than anything, I just hope people have a good time at the movies. I really believe in cinema and its power. It's how I came to find this job. And it's one of the few things I think is you can still do in a public space and go do it with strangers. It's even though inflation is getting higher and stuff is costing more, I think it's still like a really affordable way to spend time and have entertainment together, man, and really across kind of all of the boundaries, man. Everybody gets in that same sentiment, whether you from a wealthier background or more working class background, and you had the same experience. There's not many things left like that. So it's my greatest honor to still be able to put stuff in theaters.
And you are doing it. Before you go, I have to ask you about Black Panther 3. I don't know what you can say.
Not much.
I'm sure you can't say too much. But how about working with Denzel?
It was always a lifelong dream of mine. Knock on wood, we can make it happen. But I think he's one of our one of our national treasures. So if I get the opportunity to work with him, I'll definitely relish that.
And of course, you also worked with another national treasure, Chadwick Boseman, and you had the chance to honor him at his posthumous Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony. Tell us about that.
Yeah, man. It was obviously a tough moment, but it was my first time speaking about him and what he meant to me and what he meant to our industry. But it was also an honor to be asked by his widow Simone to be there. Chad gave so much to me personally, but he gave so much to us, as a people, man, and gave so much to cinema. So it was my honor to be there and to speak to him.
And he was dealing with so much while entertaining so many.
Yeah, man. He understood the value of the art form. He also understood the value of a calling. He's got a great commencement speech that he gave at Howard University when he talked about finding what it is that is your gift that you got to give to everybody else, and he lived that every moment.
He certainly did. Brian, thank you for coming in. Sinners is returning exclusively to IMAX theaters starting December 12th.
It is time for more deals and steals, and Tori Johnson is back, and every order this morning comes with, where's Joe Buck?
Exactly.
Free shipping.
There you go. I think he's exhausted from saying it so many times. Okay, this is the easiest way to grind spices and look good at the same time.
This is cool.
Literally, you just press it just like that. It's a lot of fun. It's the only time that I'm allowed to actually make a mess around here. And you see, so you can put into these refillable pods. Because of those refillable, changeable pods, it was named one of Time's best inventions because it's so cool. So we've got a big variety of sets that you can get. This is really fabulous for gifting. They look great on the table or the kitchen counter. 50% off plus
free shipping.
You got it.
So attractive.
Okay, these are great from Smooth Skin. A big variety of what I like to say are spa treatments at home if you want to give to that beauty or skincare lover. A couple of fan favorites. The Oprah Daily team gave rave reviews to this one right here. This is called the Pure Fit, and this is a hair removal device. So it can be used on body and face. All the details about skin tones that it's appropriate for you'll find online. We also have the mini one that's really great for travel, and then we've got their LED products that are great. So we've got little eye patches that are LED, as well as the face mask. So if red light therapy is on their list, we've got you covered with 50% off plus free shipping.
Free shipping.
From Smooth
I love
Skin.
that they do the under eye.
Yes.
That's so new.
So good. Okay, so this is Reathlete.
Okay.
This is the easiest way to give loved ones a neck massage at home. You can really use this anywhere because it's completely portable.
Should I put this on?
Yeah, let me give you a little back massage there. So you can use
This
it neck,
really feels
back. We've got a variety of settings. We got you on the lightest setting there.
Low
but
key.
You can go real intense with that shiatsu deep kneading pressure, and it really does. It's designed to simulate, those professional hands giving you a great massage. And because it's cordless, you've got the freedom to use it anywhere. These are 50% off plus
free shipping.
You got it.
I almost didn't want to say it because I'm in my zone now.
There you are. There you go. Keep it going. Motion. They feel that they make the shoes that are the most comfortable for women on the go, and that's because they've got what they call this like toe spring technology.
Oh yeah.
So that as you step, it literally puts a little pep in your step. But it's also really well made. So great support on the bottoms. We've got these these phenomenal upper knits that are also machine washable. Our biggest assortment ever, from slip-ons to lace-ups.
Great colors.
A huge variety of colors, all of which are popular. Everything's 65% off plus free shipping, our best ever deal from Motion.
Excellent. They're so sleek too. You
They
can
are
really
sleek.
pair those with anything.
We know we love Garter ID.
Yes.
This is like the gift of protection
Security.
and security, I like to say. So it's just, you just roll over once any data that's on a bank statement, a bill, a prescription bottle, anything that you don't want anybody to see, that you want to keep from prying eyes. This is a really great gift. It's also a little therapeutic and kind of fun to use.
I love it for the prescription bottles.
Yes, so smart for that. All up to 64% off because sets are $20 and free shipping.
Excellent.
And then finally, we've got makeup eraser. Easiest way to take off makeup with just water.
I'm always surprised that this works.
That it works. So you can use it for mascara that's waterproof, foundation, eye makeup, lipstick, all that stuff that's sometimes difficult to get off. This will take it off with just water. We've got the most adorable sets, the minis as well as the pro size. Everything's up to 60% off plus free shipping. $8 and free shipping for some of these. Come on.
Can't beat that. You also can't beat this massage. Thank you, Tori. All of these deals are shoppable. You just scan that QR code or head to gmadeals.com and check out the products. Thank you, Tori. And coming up here, we've got more Monday savings from toys to clothing with some up to 50% off. Cyber Monday continues right here on GMA.
Thank you, Tori. I wish we could sing, but we don't have time. But we can shop. We are back with our series, Can't Miss This, featuring the best limited time deals as we head into the holidays. Lori Bergamotto has done such a good job picking these things out. We're going to start right here for the kids.
That's right. Holiday shopping is in full swing, Lara, and we are looking, all of us, to get the best gifts for our loved ones. This segment is sponsored by Target, and today is the final day of Target's Cyber Monday sale.
Like really good deals.
Oh, yes, and that means brand new deals you haven't seen all year, with some up to 50% off. Scan that QR code to check out all the products featured here and more. So you mentioned we're going to start with the kids' toys.
This is such a winner.
Oh my gosh, this is incredible. It's great for cognitive development. Everybody likes to give a toy that goes beyond just 10 minutes of play. This is hours of playtime, you guys. Starshine magnetic tile set. The original price on this. Yeah, go ahead and play.
Because there are
Get
just
in
little
there.
magnets. I know we have limited
there's
time.
so much fun. 135 different tiles. You can build so much. The original price on this, $59.99. The new price we're going to reveal right over here. Excuse me, $25.19.
That's a good deal, babe.
Okay, I know that's so fun, but we're going to move on to another fun thing.
Playing with
I know.
the toys, Larry.
It is. It's just so much fun.
Wait a minute. Did you say shimmer body art?
I did indeed.
Where's that Sam champion?
So well, let's get this for Sam. Yes.
100%.
Okay, so this, I have to tell you a little story about this. My daughter got this for her birthday and has already had so much fun with it that she put it on her Christmas list.
Oh,
amazing.
amazing.
This is perfect for kids of all ages, as we know, even Sam. It's really fun. They have so many different foils. There's jewels, and it comes with this little easy-on roller. It washes off easily. This was so much fun. A really fun way for them to express themselves. Original price, $32.49. The new price, $16.20.
That's a big gift for not a big
50%.
price.
Okay.
So now we're talking something special.
Yes, now we're going to talk about tech. So this is a kid's Fire tablet. What we loved about this, it comes with 3 gigabytes of RAM. So it has really good memory. Also 13 hours of battery life, you guys. That's really impressive. So this one's great, a really fun tech gift to give. The original price on this, $139.99. The new price we're going to reveal, $64.99.
Wow, these are great deals.
Really
Lori.
great deals. Target really has everything for the tech lover in your life, including this wireless Bluetooth speaker. This is from Beats. It's the pill. Guys, we know Beats. We love Beats. It is just an industry leader. Really incredible sound, incredible durability. This is one of those gifts to give for the person who you're like, I don't know what to get them. This is what they want.
Agreed.
The original price, $149.99. New price, $99.99. So under over
that color
100 for that.
too.
So many fun colors there. Okay, you're also gonna love this. We know a little thing about coffee here at GMA. This is from Ninja. You can do 7 different kinds of choices here. You can do iced coffee, hot coffee. Comes with a built-in milk frother. $129.99. New price $76.49. A knife set.
Oh,
It's
look
just
at this.
Thanksgiving.
Someone just told me they wanted this.
Well, was it my husband? Because it's what he wants. This one is from Schmidt Brothers. $149.99. The new price on this, you guys, $119.99. And this is 100% stainless steel. So
and then
really
one
great.
last or two.
We have 2 more.
Okay.
So it's holiday party season. This is from Target-owned line Wild Fable. These maxi dresses. The old price was $35. New price $21. And Lara, there's another one. This is from A New Day. This velour ruched T-shirt. The new price on this is $12, down from $20. Sporty and adorable.
Great job, great selection. Thank you, and thank Target.
And you can get even more deals if you just scan the QR code. You'll see even more of those incredible deals available right now. Happy Cyber Monday.
Yeah, great job. You got through a lot there. You guys have a lot of shopping to do.
Okay, Joe, you've done GMA, you're doing GMA 3, you're doing Monday Night Football.
Yes.
What time are you napping so nobody calls you?
On my way to Foxborough. I will be asleep. Do not call.
FYI.
See you tomorrow.